xinyaface.com. So spell it out. Let me spell it one more time. XINYAFACEDOTCOM. You spell the whole thing out. Levántate y ama mi familia. Yo soy xintucara.com. Rise and love my family, and it's xinyaface.com. Back at it again for another episode. I'm back on the road, and I am speaking Spanish, hablando español, porque necesito practicar hablando español. Speaking in Spanish, because I need to practice speaking Spanish. It's for a couple of different reasons. First and foremost, I need to practice because I have a blended family. I am a part of a blended family where Spanish is one of the languages that my family speaks. And so I need to practice for that reason, because I want to make sure I'm able to communicate within my family, with family members who speak Spanish, the family members who mostly speak Spanish, but also because I want to support, celebrate, uplift that side of the family and that culture, right? So that there's representation there. The same as I want, right, my family members to be able to uplift, support, celebrate my culture, right, and any other cultures that are represented within our family. So yeah, so that's the first reason why I'm speaking Spanish on this one right here. The second reason is there's an event coming up, llamaste La Fiesta Mexicana. It's called La Fiesta Mexicana, which is funny. I literally only changed one word in my translation, but it's called that, and I want to do two things. One, I want to go with the family, right? Cool community event that I think has been going on for a long time. Good opportunity for us to engage with the community and engage with that side of the culture within the family, right? All that sort of stuff. Potentially eat some good food. Hopefully there's vegan options. Porque soy vegano. And some fun stuff like for the kids and stuff like that. The second part is because my personal journey through content creation and what I'm trying to do, the route that I'm going on now, moving forward, is going to be going to community events, going to if I travel, going to events and things of that sort, but providing kind of coverage and reporting on those things, right? Talking to people out in the world. Not necessarily trying to be one of those boisterous people who's stopping people and doing trivia on the corner and making people look silly and stuff like that, but just more in terms of supporting kind of like community events, supporting things that I'm interested in, like social justice type of things, supporting things that are celebrating diversity, different cultures, food, fun, connecting communities, sports, all sorts of stuff like that. So that event gives me an opportunity to, right, engage with the community, and hopefully if I'm, practicing my Spanish, then maybe I can talk to some folks who speak Spanish, or at least to let them know, like, oh, hey, this is what I'm trying to do. So some of the stuff I need to work on the translation for, like xinyaface.com YouTube channel. Like, I don't YouTube channel. YouTube, I don't know how to say channel right, but so I'll work on it. Prior to the event. But hoping to do that. Additionally, we got another opportunity to check out an event that's coming up soon called Hoopla, and it's this big like basketball tournament, many different age groups, many different competition levels, individual, 2-on-2, 3-on-3, mixed, right? Folks to have this opportunity to go and engage with basketball. It's all around basketball. It's going on for 24 years. This will be the 25th year they've had the event. And so I was planning on going and getting some coverage of the event, because even though I've been hooping in the community and going to my local gym and stuff like that, I was so late to the party, kind of late to moving up here full time, or moving up to the area full time, and being aware of the event in the first place, that I did not do any legwork to try to get a team together and try to get drafted to a team or something like that. I just had hoped by going to the gym consistently that somebody would be like, hey man, did you get on the team? Would you like to be on my team? That sort of thing. I was like, all right, it's whatever. Yesterday, however, when I went to the gym and I was hooping, I actually got recruited to join somebody's team, one of the guys that I play with. And so I appreciated that. I'm looking forward to going, so hopefully I can do a little bit of both. I told my lady to bring the babies to come watch me play, or just to come check out the event. It should just be basketball. It should be fun for the kids. I'm sure there's, little side little games and activities and stuff like that for them to do, aside from just like watching games. So give them opportunity to engage with the community again, get out the house. And also I might need their help, because it would be really, really dope if I can get some footage of me playing. So we'll see if I can, one, do both, still cover the event as in my role as, somewhat participant and a reporter of sorts. So hopefully I can do both, and I can get some decent footage and do some decent coverage of the event. So that was one of the cool things that happened yesterday. One of the not cool things that happened yesterday, while I was at the gym, actually I got a notification about this. Let me rewind back. Last week, midweek, I interviewed for this professional development opportunity to do some different type of work, to switch up, sort of like what I was doing before, right? Like I did a different job rotation, right, for 6 months. I did not move into the full-time position, into the full-time role, which is fine. I've been applying and looking at some different opportunities, including, another opportunity working on that team. It did not come to fruition. That's all right? So we're still working on looking for alternate opportunities and ways to develop. But anyway, I went for this role last week. I did a great job in the interview. Like, I felt great about the interview. I answered all the questions really well. I feel like I articulated myself really well. I feel like I represented myself really well. I feel like I connected with the people who were on the interview panel. So I felt really good about it. So I was like, hey, if it ends up being somebody else, I put my best foot forward, and I hope that they would have just picked the superior candidate at that point, if it wasn't me. So then I had a meeting scheduled on Friday, and I get on the call virtually and find out, hey, they're offering me the position, they're offering me the spot. And so I'm geeked. I'm like, hell yeah. Yes indeed. I'll do it. It's a great opportunity for me professionally to get a lot of different experience. It works out really well for my family, and for just like this commute from different parts of the state, stuff like that, for work on a daily basis, weekly basis, stuff like that. It's just not sustainable. So it's just a better setup for my family, all that sort of stuff. So I felt great about it. So then after I get off the call my partner, let her know about it. We didn't tell the kids or anything like that, but then I told my family on our family call on Sunday, and my mom is telling me, she was praying for me. She knew that it was a tough time for me coming back into my permanent role and having to go back and forth and moving around the state like that on such a routine basis and stuff like that. So she was praying for me to get a different kind of spot in my work that would be, that would cause that would cause less stress, right? So she was communicating that resonated with me. I appreciated that love and support from the family and everything. And so yesterday when I'm at the gym, I get a message, because I brought my work phone with me. I get a message saying, oh, they might have to push back the start date. And it might be related to budget or something like that. So I was kind of thrown off at first. What's up with that? And But then I'm thinking about it, so I asked the question. I'm like, well, if it's not related to budget, why would they need to push the date back? What would the reason be? And so they didn't know. They didn't have an answer for me. And it's hard for me because I had been feeling like, because I was pushing back as an employee, pushing back against some things, challenging some things, or trying to abide by and trying to get my employers to abide by my rights as an employee, right? And to support me. And I was trying to be transparent, trying to be honest, trying to do this and that and the other. It felt like all of a sudden there was a change or a shift in how I was seen in the organization, how certain folks were seeing me. And so I was like, oh, that's weird. And so it's hard for me to disconnect that and maybe some stuff going on behind the scenes. It's hard not to feel like maybe some folks are like plotting on my downfall, you know, trying to keep me out of opportunities or something like that. It's hard for me to not feel like that. And that, I hope that's not the case. I really, really hope that's not the case. But time will tell. We shall see. I'm gonna keep plugging along. Keep having my family as my foundation for everything. And I know we'll figure everything else out. But my spirits are pretty good. Even given that situation, my spirits are pretty good. Especially because I'm sitting here trying to get my schedule mapped out for, well, we're trying to get our schedule mapped out for a lot of stuff. And the family realm, right? What other activities and things do we want to do for the rest of the summer? Both our birthdays are coming up soon, right? And then we got one of the babies coming up, birthday coming up after that, but right, school starting. Hey, let's get some stuff mapped out. Let's get some dates scheduled, because I want to take my lady on a date. I know it's all about the kids and all that sort of stuff, but hey, you know, like I want to take my lady on a date and schmooze and, you know, all that good stuff, right? Just shower over love and all that. Without it being like a birthday, a holiday, Valentine's Day, something like that. So I want that to be built into the schedule. But aside from that, I'm also trying to make sure that I have my side stuff mapped out. When I say side stuff, being going to the gym and all that as well. But if I'm covering events, right, I need to have those events on the calendar, what general blocks of time I will be going to go cover the event, especially if I'm going on my own or splitting off from the family for any part of it. Stuff like going and being, like having games for Hoopla or something like that. Here's my game schedule. But also, once I'm able to get the content, record the content, I gotta make sure I bring the right equipment. This is an example of me not bringing the right equipment. I did not bring the right equipment this time. That's why the sound might be not great. But I gotta schedule time to actually review and edit the content. I have a huge backlog. I say huge, but a pretty significant backlog of stuff for both my main channel, a whole lot of French shit, and then a couple of things with the Hudsons, and then a number of things on like a personal note that I want to take some time to edit, to review, to, you know, polish and put together so that I can share with my family and friends. And so, yeah, I got a full plate in that regard, and I do want to schedule those times separately. I don't want to make the personal and family editing things a part of my like business stuff. Like I want that to be a part of my, hey, this is part of my channel, this is for this is why I'm doing this, because that is business. That's like, you know, something I'm hoping to be able to monetize later on. And so I don't want to conflate it. Even if I have some like familial connections, like with the Hudsons, obviously it's like a family venture. But that's the business. That's business. That's something that is a potential way for us to, right, earn some money, right, to help our family. financially. And so I'm going to maintain that separation. So I have to schedule out the time so that I can work on the work stuff, work on the personal stuff, and have that fit within, routines for work, routines for taking kids to school, picking them up, spending time with family, etc., right? Socializing, things of that sort. So, and yes, I have to review and edit some stuff from the BLIS, BIPOCs living in Salem social that occurred recently. So depending on when this comes out, if this is like polished or ready to go a little quicker, I might be able to just put this up, like edit the audio and then just put this up. But the other ones might need a little bit more polish than that. So we'll see. And I could have done it wide, but you know what? Everybody looks at stuff vertical anyway if they're going to be watching on their phones. Sure, full screen it, make it vertical, whatever. But anyway, I'm gonna stop blabbering on. I still got a little bit to go for this drive, and I want to listen to some tunes. I've been trying to record this numerous times, numerous failures. Hopefully I got a decent little track of bloopers to share with y'all. So I'm also just realizing I completely abandoned the Spanglish. I just switched over and was focusing on English. I didn't say hardly anything else in Espanol. My bad. But anyway, without further ado, it's been cool, it's been fun, it's been cool fun, it's been fun, cool. Ha 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 ha. I'm ridiculous. Until next time, sa. Peace.